My prom date was pissed that I rented a Mustang. It's my senior year prom. I went to an all-guys school. The all-girls school had their separate prom. So it was literally my prom. The last prom I ever had. I had extra money left over for my Dick's Sporting Goods job.
I stole shoes when I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods.
I said, I'm renting a sports car, just like I've seen in the movies. And of course, it was stupid. Yes, it was stupid. It was unnecessary, but it was just something that I wanted to do. So I go to Enterprise. The coolest car they had for the cheapest was a Mustang. So I get this cherry red Mustang, and that's my prom for car. My car for prom. Later that week, I am getting wind from some of my friends and the group of girls that we hung out with that my prom date's pretty pissed that I rented a Mustang. And I'm just like, I'm so thrown off by this. Like, if she wanted to get mad about me stealing her car for the promposal,
I want to steal my date's car.
but why does it matter what car we're taking? I don't understand. And she even straight up texted me. She's like, "Do you really need to have a Mustang?" I'm like, "No, but I want to. I mean, if it's that bad, just don't go with me. Like, I'll go by myself." And that was another thing. Like, she was like the chillest date that I took to most of the dances in high school because we were just friends. It was very nice just to not have to worry about having to make a move on a chick or her making a move on you. And if you like each other and all that ridiculous bullshit that you deal with in high school, it's just like, look, I'll hang out with my friends, you hang out with yours. It's a nice, stress-free, low-maintenance night. So we go to prom, and she was just grilling me all night about the Mustang, and I'm just like, I don't even understand why this matters. But I took it in stride, because who gives a shit? And that was the night we snuck on the Bengals. It was a great prom. And just a funny side note about high school kids driving nice cars to prom. And, maybe it's not like this anymore because everyone has to be so adult at a young age. But we were all hopped up to go to Paul Brown, and we're all in either the cars that we cleaned up or our parents' cars, whatever it was. And as we pull into the parking garage, I curbed the shit out of my Mustang because I take the turn too fast and I catch the back tire on one of the curbs when I pull into the parking garage. So me and my date get thrown around. And then a kid in front of me who had spent, I think, the entire school year refurbishing this old 2000s Mustang. Yes, it's the worst body style Mustang. That's besides the point. He's pulling in, and they have those concrete medians dividing like the different areas of parking. And he drilled it. And he had spent all year refurbishing this Mustang. And he drills his front bumper on the curb, cracked his bumper up. I was like, man, I feel so bad for that kid. But the best driving moment of that prom, my buddy Griff and I were getting ready to race to after prom. He's in his mom's car. I'm in the Mustang. We're making faces at each other, revving the engines, whatever. He thinks he throws his car in reverse. And he's looking at me. And he was revving, like I said, revving our engines, excelling. He throws his car in reverse, actually throws it in drive. He juts forward onto like this 6-inch concrete curb. Him and his date, wham! And his date, I don't think she had her seatbelt on, her head just, we watched it like bounce off the dashboard. Me and my date were just like, holy shit. Anyway, so that was the prom. We ended up having a great time. And I just was like baffled. Like my date was she was just grilling me all night. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know what I did. Long story short, she texted me a few weeks later. She's like, "Hey, I'm really sorry for how I was acting. I was trying to get into this specific program at a big school, and I was super stressed about it at the time." I'm like, "That's fine." And I guess that's the whole reason I'm telling the story. Is like, in life, if you're getting made fun of by someone or someone's giving you shit for being yourself, you're not doing anything wrong. It's human nature. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I'm not a psychologist or I don't study sociology, but it's just one of those things like, when you're struggling with something within yourself, sometimes you project that onto other people. And it doesn't mean you're doing it out of like a hateful nature or anything. It's just one of those things. I used to struggle with that. I was super sensitive when I was growing up in high school because like anytime someone made fun of me or anything, I'd be like, gosh, that really fucking offended me. Like, why did they do that? As you get older and you realize like it has nothing to do with you. You're not doing anything wrong. So that would be my advice. Like if someone's giving you shit for just doing your thing, just don't take it personal, brush it off because it's not anything you're doing. And that's another thing I'd love to clear the air on. I love Northern Kentucky. I loved growing up here. I have great memories in the Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. I enjoyed a lot of the people I met here. But apparently, a lot of the females that I grew up with in high school get very pressed about the stories I tell on here. I never name drop. I give very vague descriptions. So if you know who I'm talking about, wouldn't that mean you agree with my description of that person? I just had to clear the air on that with Northern Kentucky because regardless of how great you are, regardless of how awesome you think you are, you're the villain in somebody's story. We all are. Everybody's perspective is different. I've always been the villain. I was tagged as that. and I'm cool with it. Even my buddies joke about it. My few friends that I still have, they joke about it. And it really doesn't bother me. I've embraced the path and role that I have chosen. What's so funny about it to me is the irony of I've been shunned from all these people, right? They don't fuck with me. They don't talk to me. They don't invite me places because of the shit I say on here. But all the people that they still hang out with all agreed and said the same type of shit that I'm saying about them on this podcast. So I find it so ironic that because I have decided just to tell the truth and not live my life like a politician and just walk my own way, that I'm the bad guy. Which just goes back to the point I'm saying is just do you. Walk your path, hang out with the people you want to hang out with, and who gives a shit? I mean, honestly, I really do believe if someone's being a hater, someone's talking shit, they dislike themselves or something about themselves so much that they have to fuck with your day. And that's just the reality of human nature. That's my spiel. That's my spiel on here today. And if you want to rent a sports car for your prom, rent a sports car for your prom. Who gives a shit what anybody else says about it? And maybe it was just to air out the fact that I don't have any beef with anyone from high school. They have beef with me. I think that's it.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get